God is good. God is good. Oh my God. God is good all the time. Oh my God. Yo, this is your boy, Tone DeShields II. You guys are locked in on a victory edition, a Philadelphia Eagles edition of Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. My God. My God, man. Wow. Wow. I have so many thoughts running through my mind right now. You guys already know this is going to be one of those streams where I'm just spewing. You know, I'm just giving you guys energy and giving you guys vibes and giving you guys just reaction. And how about our defense? How about our defense? They talking about we ain't play nobody. They said we ain't play nobody. That's what they told us, right? Talk to me. They told us we didn't play nobody. They told us we didn't play nobody. That Washington offense, 29 points per game, third in the league, held them to 18 yards per game, 377 on the season, fourth in the league. We held them to 264. What else? What else? They convert third downs. Hold on, I ain't finished. That team, Washington, they convert third downs at a 44% clip. That's fifth in the league. We held them. We held them to 25%. 25% on third down. 25% on fourth down. They 91%. We held them to 50%. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Come on, man. Our defense is for real. I wish somebody would say our defense is not for real. I wish somebody would. Quinyon Mitchell had Scary Terry in a goddamn cell. Where was Scary Terry at? He was in a cell. How many targets Scary Terry had? Let's double check this. Hold on. Terry McLaurin had two targets for one reception. Had him in jail. Had the cuffs on him. Shout out to my man Sweet Chin Music with the super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, Tone, our defense is real. In the end, we didn't turn it over and didn't abandon the run. We got a squad. Bro, the run game and defense won this game. The run game and defense. I have some things I'm going to say about Jalen Hurts. I have a bone to pick with Jalen Hurts from the first half. I feel like he was much better in the second, but I have a bone to pick with Jalen Hurts in the first half. I'm not going to get to that yet. We're going to do that in the back end. Sweet Chin Music, thank you so much. He says, Tone, our defense is real. We didn't turn it over. We didn't abandon the run. Yo, that's so important, right? Even when things got a little shaky, you got to give credit to Nick Sirianni. You got to give credit to Kellen Moore. You got to give credit to this team for sticking with the run game. You got to give credit to Nick Sirianni for trying to take the points. Nick Sirianni tried to take the points. Jake Elliott missed 3. He missed 2 field goals and an extra point. Jake Elliott took 7 points off the board. We should have beat them 33-18. 33-18. 33-18. Jake Elliott took 7 points off the board. 7 points. Yo, listen, man. Jayden Daniels didn't throw an interception since week 5. Reed Blankenship got his. You know another big play too? When Jalen Carter got that stop at 3rd and 1, forcing a 4th and 1 attempt. Jayden Daniels hiked the ball, bobbled the snap, tried to break right. Reed Blankenship shot out like a bat out of hell, slapped his ankle. Zach Bond popped him out of bounds. Turnover on downs. This defense is for real. This defense steps up in short yardage situations. When it comes to a gotta have it, they get it. When it comes to a gotta have it, they give it. Jalen Carter is a freak. Ward with the $4.99 super chat. He said we put the blueprint out on that rook. They not ready yet. Bro, our pass rush was in his mitt, in his grill. Shout out to my man Davon Tyree with the $1.99 super chat. He says Q is an all-pro as a rookie. Yeah, I said it. you know what? They're not going to give it to him because he's a rookie and he ain't got no INTs. But, yo, he's a sure thing. He is locked down. I trust Quinyon Mitchell on anybody. Get your best wide receiver. I'm taking Quinyon. Get your best receiver. Get your best. Quinyon. That's the number one in the city. Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham was playing out of his mind. He was playing out of his mind. I mean, I have so many thoughts about this game. The first half, I felt like the Philadelphia Eagles were I felt like they got too cute in certain moments, and I also felt like they weren't taking advantage of opportunities. I feel like Jalen Hurts left a lot of money on the table. Left a lot of money on the table. Left a lot of money on the table. He missed Dallas Goedert for a wide open catch in the flat. Probably would have been a walk-in touchdown. He couldn't find Saquon and Smitty on that one drive where we had to settle for the field goal. Jahan Dotson dropped the ball. I was talking to Simone Stanley, right? And when Dotson dropped that ball, I said, I bet you Jalen don't throw the ball to him again. I said, I bet you he don't throw that ball to him again. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Every part of this game was shaping up for us to lose. Every part of this game was shaping up for us to lose. And Smitty dropped one. Smitty dropped one on the sideline. But I got to give Devontae credit. He did have that 21-yard catch. A.J. Brown had the 25-yard catch. Dallas Goedert had a 32-yard catch. Yo, Dallas Goedert almost cost us the game, yo. Thank God for Grant Calcaterra. Yes, we survived. Hold on. Do y'all not think we survived? Were y'all not watching the game? There were so many opportunities where this game could have been lost. What are we talking about? There were so many moments in this game where it could have been lost. Dallas Goedert fumbling the ball. A slow start in the first half. Why are we at Jake Elliott missing field goals? Jake Elliott took 7 points off the board. We survived. Now our run game dominated on the back end, but the reality is we survived. Why are we what? Are y'all crazy? We could have easily lost this game. Easily. But defense was on point. Defense is on point. So I got to give credit where credit is due. We left 7 points on the field. We struggled in the red zone. Like, we got to be honest. No, I get that. You guys, hold on. Let's pump the brakes. Let's pause for a second. The Commanders are a good team. I never said they were a bad team. They are a good team. But you cannot sit there and tell me, watching that game, you wasn't on pins and needles for 3 quarters. You cannot tell me that you wasn't on pins and needles. You can't tell me that, especially when Jake Elliott missed the extra point. When the score was 12-10. There was a point in the game when the score was 12-10. B. Mills says, you think Jalen got the sonic rings knocked out of him? Hell yeah, he did. Hell yeah. In that first half, he was taking some shots, but it wasn't like they was hitting him hard. It was the fact that when he would fall to the ground, it doesn't matter, Zay. He's on the team. It doesn't matter. Listen, I ain't got time to argue with y'all about ebonics and semantics. I'm not arguing with y'all about semantics. We won the fucking game. I'm not arguing with y'all about semantics. We're not wasting time on that. I want to give people their flowers. The fuck are we talking about, man? We wasting time. Even though Jalen Hurts didn't play the game that I necessarily expected, I expected Jalen Hurts to be a lot better. I expected him to be better. He went 18 for 28. Let me do the math on that. I need to find out what that is from a percentage perspective. Let me see something. I got to find out what that math is. I got to find out what that is. Because he went 18 for 28. All right, there we go. 18 divided by 28 is 64%. I ain't mad at it. Some games it's going to be like that. Jalen Hurts went 18 for 28, completing 64% of his passes. He threw for 221 yards, almost 8 yards in attempt. He got sacked twice. He had an 88 passer rating. It's okay. I'm not worried about it. Now, there were moments in the game where I felt like Jalen Hurts. Left a lot of money on the table. But I give credit to this team for not turning the ball over. Jalen Hurts didn't turn the ball over. He didn't put the ball in harm's way. He protected the ball in the pocket. At the end of the day, there's going to be some games where your quarterback doesn't throw a touchdown. You just need him to be efficient. You need him to make the throws. You need him. Jalen Hurts got a key third down conversion. Remember that? He ran to the sideline and he stretched. That first down run was crucial. Crucial. Trenton, you're so right, brother. That first down run where he extended his arm was, it was crucial. That was one of the most important plays of the game. AJ Harris says, I feel like Hurts got a concussion at the beginning of the game. I think he did. I think he did. And Big Chris, good call. We got to give love to Kenny Gainwell. Kenny Gainwell set up that scoring drive. We got to give love to Kenny Gainwell. Kenny Gainwell was huge on that drive when Saquon needed some rest. He was huge. Kenny Gainwell was amazing when it mattered most. He was amazing. Bo 1990 with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, Tone, did Terry McLaurin even leave the hotel? Q shut down the whole left side. Let's fucking go. Bro, facts. The secondary, the linebackers. We got to give Nakobe Dean his flowers. Nakobe Dean had a huge stop on third down in the first quarter, I think. I think it was the first quarter. Nakobe Dean was on the island with Jayden Daniels. And he tackled him by himself. Fourth down. Nakobe Dean has stepped his game up. Zach Bond was on a mission today. Pass deflection. Fourth down stop. Brandon Graham was in his bag. Jalen Carter, Josh Sweat was in his bag. Nolan Smith got a sack. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. And that wasn't a pass interference, by the way. I don't care what no one says. I feel like the refs was trying to keep them in this game. I don't care what nobody say. The refs was trying to keep them in this game. They was trying. That was not a pass interference on Cooper DeJean. It wasn't. Like this defense is real. And you know what's so crazy? Reed Blankenship is the man. Check this. He came to the game with this on. Reed Blankenship is for real, man. He got a shirt on that says Exciting Whites. He is hilarious. Reed Blankenship is hilarious, yo. He got a shirt on that says Exciting Whites, yo. He had an exciting game. Reed Blankenship with an interception. Him and Zach Bond on the fourth down stop. I mean, they were awesome. They were awesome, man. Exactly, Tyler. It was an uncatchable ball. It was inaccurate, and he didn't even touch him. He barely even grazed him. Thank you for the super chat, Bo. Devontae with the $2 super chat. He says Jalen Carter saw blood. I was scared for Daniels. Bro, Jalen Carter. See, here's the thing, right? I'm gonna make sure I got this right here, but see, Jalen Carter didn't have a sack, but he had 7 tackles, 4 solo. He had a tackle for loss. Jalen Carter was everywhere. He was everywhere. Held their running game to under 100 yards. Shut Brian Robinson down in the second half. Shut Jayden Daniels down in the second half. Shut Austin Eckler down in the second half. In that second half, it was all tight end work. It was all tight ends. It was all tight ends. Jayden Daniels was scared to throw to the outside. He was scared. He was scared to throw the Quinyon Mitchell way. He was scared. Thank you for the super chat, Devontae. Melly J says we need to make sure that this long week is spent getting the offense to the same level as the defense fundamentally. And Jake needs Debo treatment. Yo, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I gave Debo Samuel a lot of hell for putting his hands on his kicker and the long snapper. But I'm gonna be honest. Watching that game, I understood it. I understood it. I'm being honest. I understood it. I understood it. like you got to do your job, man. You got to do your job. You got to do your job. But here's the thing, right? The offense has been hot for a long time. I mean, again, these kind of games are going to happen sometimes. You feel me? These kind of games are going to happen. You're going to be in a tough game where you're going to have to get creative with your scoring. This was a playoff. This was a playoff type of game. This was a playoff game. We would have lost this kind of game last year. Thank you for the super chat, Melly. We would have lost this kind of game last year. B Mills with the $4.99 super chat says the no call on Smitty. I almost called the league. Yo, bro, since when can you tuck your fingers under someone's helmet and rip it off? Since when? Like, help me understand. There was a face mask on Jalen Hurts they didn't call. They didn't call when the dude tried to rip Smitty's helmet off. They didn't call that. They was calling us for all the personal and all the penalties. We had to overcome the refs. We had to overcome a slow start. Yo, they tried us. They tried us, Mills. They tried. Brian Pumper with the $5 super chat. Thank you, man. He says, them exciting whites and bread man. Vic Fangio for president. Yo, Vic Fangio is legitimate. Legit. And guess what, you guys? Vic Fangio made it very clear. This is his last NFL stop. He's not going anywhere else. So we're going to have Vic Fangio for as long as he wants to be here. We're going to have Vic Fangio for as long as he wants to be here. And guess what? If he keep calling the game in that damn box, he ain't going nowhere. Let that man call games in the box. He ain't going nowhere. Thank you for the super chat, Brian Pupper. I appreciate it. My man S. Blunt, he says Washington had a smart game plan. They didn't allow us to throw the ball deep, kept everything in front of them, forced us to throw intermediate passes, and crowded the running lanes. And I'm glad you said that, S. Blunt. This game exposed that Kellen Moore and Nick Sirianni have to install more plays and route concepts that allow you to take advantage of the short game and the intermediate. That's what's missing from this offense. Not taking advantage of the intermediate enough and the short game. That's what's missing. And also, Jalen Hurts has to do a better job taking it when it's there. There were moments where I'm like, yo, Smitty is open on the crosser. He didn't throw it. There was moments where I saw Dallas Goedert open in the flat, wide open. He decided to throw it deep to A.J. Brown or Devontae, whoever it was. He was wide open. He was wide open. So, again, Jalen Hurts has to do a better job at taking I understand that when you got weapons like that and you know the potential of the offense, you want to be able to play your game. But there's going to be moments where you have to adjust. There's going to be moments when you gotta tweak the game plan. And I think they did just that in the second half. If you notice in the second half, they started finding more stuff underneath. They started finding more stuff in the intermediate. I give Kellen Moore so much credit for making the adjustment. I give Kellen Moore so much credit for getting back to the running game. The offensive line turned up, and we wore them suckers down. We wore them down. We wore them down. Shout out to my man RJ with the super chat. He said, I told you that team is fool's gold. I told you. Bro, their defense was playing pretty well in the first half. I'll give them that. I will give them that. Their defense played a lot better than I thought they would in that first half. Played a lot better than I thought they would. Man. But as far as their offense go, we really didn't allow their offense to get off like that. The reason I felt like this was a survival game is because it was a nail biter for like 2.5, 3 quarters. We got to be honest about that. We scored 20 points in the fourth quarter, y'all. 20 points. Going into the fourth quarter, we had 6. And they had 10. Think about that, y'all. Going into the fourth quarter, we had 6 and they had 10. But y'all don't want to say we survived. Y'all don't want to say that for some reason. Shout out to my man RJ. Rel Blunt with the $1.99 super chat, showing love. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Going into the fourth quarter, the game was 10-6. 10-6. Shout out to Grant Calcaterra. Grant Calcaterra deserves a game ball. Trenton Wright says, I just want to enjoy this win. Trenton, you know what? I ain't even mad at that, brother. I'm not even mad at that. I'm not even mad at that perspective. You know, it was listen, they made me sweat, man. I'm sweating my behind off. Man. And by the way, we sacked Jayden Daniels 3 times. But guess what? It felt like we sacked him way more than that. Did it not? It felt like we sacked him way more than that because we had pressure. We got pressure. You feel me? We got pressure in this game. I can't wait until the next gen stats come out because we got pressure on him with 4 guys primarily. 4 guys. We didn't blitz him like that, if at all. We didn't really blitz him like that. Relative Time Works with a $10 super chat. He says, I think Jalen simply wasn't finding the secondary receivers. Goddard could have had a 150-yard night, wide open, and ball sails to a covered wide receiver deep. That said, if he puts that together, watch out. I agree. Relative Time Works. There was so much food underneath, and I think Kellen Moore had to tell him, like, yo, dog, it's so much underneath that you're not taking. It's so much food on the table that you're not activating, that you're not taking advantage of. Because think about it, in the second half, you saw them taking advantage of stuff more underneath. Guys were making plays after the catch. Saquon Barkley cracked this game open with that big catch, cracked it open. I think in this game, Saquon Barkley had, hold on, let me make sure I got this right here. Saquon Barkley had a grand total of 198 yards, 28 touches, 198 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley is going to be the player of the week. 198 yards on 28 touches, 2 touchdowns. But Townworks, I agree with you 100%. We had 3 sacks in this game, but it felt like we had more, though. Sweet Chin Music with the $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. He says, despite how bad Jalen played early, he was clutch once again. Dude is a winner. Agreed. This is what I be talking about. This is what I'm always talking about, right? We can nitpick Jalen's game all we want. And trust me, we've done that. But when it comes down to making winning plays and winning a football game, he knows what to do. And last time I checked, this game is about winning football games. And on top of that, he didn't turn the ball over. He didn't turn the ball over. He completed 64% of his passes. He threw for 221 yards. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Even though I criticized him for not taking what was underneath and missing guys, the fact that he completed, the fact that he went 18 for 28, completed 64% of his passes for 221 yards. He didn't allow the slow start or the mistakes to force him into bad decisions. So I got to give him credit for not making bad decisions where he could have got impatient. He could have got impatient, and he didn't. They stuck with the run game. They got the play action going. And lo and behold, here we are. Here we are, man. Cody with the 99-cent super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Cody. What's going on, man? Hey, yo, where Fig at? Where Fig at, man? Shout out to my man Cody. It's my little bro. It's my guy. It's my guy, man. That's my adopted brother. You feel me? Big Chris says we put hands on Daniels. Yo, facts. Facts. It's no question. We really assaulted him today. Has he been hit this much? We sacked him 3 times. How many times has he been sacked in a game this year? Let me double check. Okay, so he was sacked 5 times by the Giants. He was sacked 5 times by the Giants. And he was sacked 3 times by Cleveland, 3 times by Baltimore, and 3 times by Pittsburgh. Yo, he's been taking a lot of hits. Yo, we held him to 7 carries, 18 rushing yards. Think about that. His longest run of the day was 7 yards. We held Jayden Daniels to 18 rushing yards on 7 carries. Private McClunky says Jayden felt that pressure. That's a fact. You want to know how we know? Because all his throws in the second half was coming up short. He was throwing dirt worms. Jayden Daniels, he was throwing dirt worms in the second half because that pressure was getting to him. He was throwing dirt worms. Food 215. He says Q for Defensive Player of the Year. Bro, Quinyon Mitchell has been one of the best corners in the league. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what anybody says. I just don't. Quarterbacks are scared to try him. They are scared. They are legitimately scared to try him. Fly Leezy says, hey, 13-game win streak going to the playoffs. They got to come through the link. I see y'all in New Orleans. I like the way you think, Fly Leezy. I like the way you think. Big Chris says they scared to throw on Q. My dude is a rookie. Bro, facts. Fitness Warrior says Saquon just passed Derrick Henry. Now remember, Derrick Henry still got to play this week. So don't worry. Derrick Henry still got to play this week. He still got to play. All right, let me see here. Let me check the Ravens schedule because Derrick Henry still got to play. And I think the Ravens had a bye week too. Let me double check. I don't know if they had their bye yet. Let me double check this. Because if they did, then. Okay, so where's their bye week at? Did the Ravens? Oh, okay, here it is. Okay, the Ravens bye week is week 14. So don't worry though. It all depends on the kind of game Derrick Henry has against Pittsburgh. That's going to be a tough game for Derrick Henry and those guys. Pittsburgh's defense is legitimate, and they're on the road. They're going to Pittsburgh. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But as of right now, Saquon is leading the league in rushing. But Derrick Henry still has to play on Sunday. Still got to play on Sunday. All right, let's see here. Okay. Jinx Wolf with the $1.99 super chat. He said he He said that PI on Cooper was BS. I agree 100%. That was not a pass interference. That was not a pass interference. I'm not buying it. That was not a pass interference at all. So I feel you, Jinx Wolf. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Shout out to Foo215 donating $4, man. Thank you, Foo. Shout out to Foo, man. He said Q looking like defensive player of the year to me. Bro, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at it. They're not gonna give it to him. They typically get at the edge where it's like, in order to get defensive player of the year as a corner, you got to get interceptions. You know, they gonna make it real. You know, you got to have flashy plays. But he did this on national television. The world now knows about Quinyon Mitchell. The world has been put on notice. This defense is for real. For real. Shout out to Foo. Thank you, Fresh and Clean with the $1.99. He says, Daniel's not nothing scary. Media got to stop glazing. Bro, they spiced him, yo. They spiced him. Spiced him. I'm not going to say he's not a good quarterback. He's going to be good. But they spiced him. They spiced him. They had me think, they was talking about him like he was the greatest gift of God's green earth. They was talking about him like he was destroyed. Like, come on, man. I ain't sure hearing none of that. Jayden Daniels went 22 for 32. What is that? That might be the same thing as Jalen, honestly. $22 divided by 32. All right, so Jayden Daniels completed. Yeah. Jayden Daniels completed 68% of his passes, right? But what was it in the second half? That's what I got to see. And on top of that, one of those was a garbage down too. I mean, like, we really should have beat them 26-10 if we keep it at 100. But we held them to 191 pass yards. Come on, man. Come on now. Come on. They spiced him. He gonna be good though. He gonna be good. He's gonna be good. S. Blunt says a lot of his yards came from that last drive. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see if I can do the math on that real quick. Let me look at the play-by-play and try to see if I can see. Let me see. They went 70 yards. Let me see here. So 6, 5, let me see. 8. Okay, so on that final drive, Jayden Daniels, S. Blunt, you're so right. You're so right, bro. You're so right. Most of his passing yards came on that last drive. Yo, that's a fact. That's a fact. Most of his pass yards, like 60 or 70 of his pass yards came in the fourth quarter in that last drive. We shut him down. He didn't really kill us. He didn't kill us at all. Lay with a $1.99 super chat. She says they should have called that face mask. I agree 100%, yo. They should have called the face mask on Jalen. They should have called some kind of personal foul for Smitty. Yo, since when can you tuck your fingers under somebody's helmet and pull it? Since when? Can somebody fill me in? I've never seen that before. He literally had his fingers in Smitty's helmet and was pulling his head. Thank you for the super chat, Lay. I appreciate you. Hey, my dad is in the building. Shout out to my dad. He said, football 101. Take what they give, be smart, take the check downs. One thing I will say again, Jalen Hurts, he protected the football. He completed 64% of his passes. Was Jalen Hurts spectacular? No, he wasn't. But he was steady. He wasn't spectacular, but he was steady. And there are games where sometimes your defense is doing the work and your run game is doing the work. And as a quarterback, all you got to be is steady. So I give Jalen Hurts a ton of credit for being steady in this game, despite things being real tight most of that game. Yeah, where Janae at, yo? And he was clutch. Shout out to Janae. Janae called this. Chaotic Green with the $5 super chat. Thank you. I mean, y'all balling right now. I really do appreciate it. Chaotic Green with the $5 super chat. He says, where is Janaea from yesterday's call? I'm going to need her to break huddles from now on. Yo, Janaea was talking crazy. She was talking greasy yesterday. I got a lot of love for her. She was talking greasy yesterday. Shout out to her. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right. B. Mills says he was pissed at himself for that missed throw. He was. Yo, the moment he threw that ball to AJ, he knew he missed him. When he threw it, all he could do was just turn around. And I think Jalen Hurts had a concussion in that first half. And I think he had a concussion. And he had a concussion. And let's be honest, though. Hold on. Let's be honest. Let's be honest about this. Even though Jalen Hurts wasn't great in the first half, Jake Elliott got to make those field goals. Jake Elliott got to make those field goals. Simple as that. Nick Sirianni trusted his kicker. Jalen Hurts put them in position to kick field goals. Should we have got touchdowns? Absolutely. But when your quarterback is getting you in position to kick the field goals, make the field goals. Jake Elliott left 7 points off the board. Ferno San says, bro, Nick don't trust the kicker. Yo, maybe Nick knew something we didn't know. Yo, no, seriously, though. Seriously. Did Nick know something we ain't know? Because yo, they called him Missy Elliott. Oh, my God. Yo, they called him Missy Elliott. No way. Who came up with that? Who came up with that? Who was can somebody be honest and tell me who came up with that? Somebody be honest and tell me who came up with that. Who was that? They called him Missy Elliott. Somebody tell me who came up with that. They called him Missy Elliott. Danielson, they're talking about Jake Elliott because he missed field goals today. They call him Missy Elliott. Oh, my God. Okay, let me see here. Okay. Chaotic. Okay, I'll read this one. Fresh and clean back again. He says, and defense gave Ertz that TD. Bro, facts. We was just letting them march down. Like, we really wasn't. I mean, obviously you want to get off the field, but defense was just like lacking. Like that, like we dominate. Like we like that fourth quarter, we put it on them. We put it on them in that fourth quarter. Is that the most points we scored in the quarter? Like, am I tripping in the season? 20 points in the quarter was crazy. Thank you for the super chat, Fresh. Shark, what's going on, big dog? What's going on, OG? What's going on, Shark? He said, what up, big dog? Quinyon Mitchell out there like Alonzo in training day. Scary Terry who? Yo. Quinyon is legit. Quinyon is legit. I'm sorry. He's legit. Terry McLaurin. Yo, think about it, though. Hold on real quick, y'all. Real quick. I know we're excited about Quinyon, right? I know we're excited about Quinyon. But can we give love to Darius Slay? Can we give Darius Slay some love? Can we give Darius Slay some love? Can we give Darius Slay some love? Darius Slay was locked down. Jayden Daniels, he couldn't throw to the wide receivers. We had the sideline. We had everything outside the numbers on lock. We had everything outside the numbers on lock. Slay was spectacular today. Spectacular. spectacular. Let me just read this. Let me show you the stats. Let me just show you the stats. Hold on. Check this out. Just check it out. Look at these Washington numbers. Look at this. This is Washington. Look at this. The only person who was hurting you in the passing game was Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler. Jayden Daniels could not find Terry McLaurin. He could not find Olamide Zaccheaus. He couldn't find Noah Brown. He couldn't find Diami Brown. He couldn't find Jeremy. He couldn't find Luke McCaffrey. He couldn't find none of them because Darius Slay, Quinyon Mitchell, and Cooper DeJean had it on lock. You know what he had to settle for? He had to settle for the running back, Austin Eckler. He had to settle for Zach Ertz, who came on in that last drive. Bro, he couldn't, bro. We shut it down, bro. Our corners shut it down. CJ had a good game. Reed Blankenship had a good game. Who did Slay cover? Daniel, get the hell out of here, man. Go find another party. Who did Slay cover? Jayden Daniels couldn't throw to his wide receivers. Do you know how huge that is? He couldn't throw to his wide receivers. He only was able to find running backs. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? He said they ain't got no wideouts. It don't matter. You got to cover them. It doesn't matter. What is this guy talking about? What do you mean they ain't got wide receivers? You still got to cover them. Like, what? What kind of logic is this? What kind of logic is this? Thank you for the super chat, Shark. I appreciate it. D Dunk says, Tone, respect the humble grind. Hey, D Dunk, I really do appreciate you, man. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much for donating to the channel. Cody, he says, Fig on baby duty. Happy Sirianni not on nothing. Yo, Cody, first and foremost, shout out to Fig, man. Shout out to my brother Fig. You know, shout out to the Figueroas, you feel me? Shout out to baby Elias, you know. Shout out to baby Eli. You dig? Tell Fig I asked about him, yo, when you get a chance. Tell him I asked about him. Thanks for the super chat, Cody. I appreciate you, bro. All right, where we at? Where we at, man? Devontae says, Georgia boys circled their calendar on Daniels. Facts. And here's another thing, right? Scary Terry likes to line up on the left side. He likes to line up on the left side. He spends over 70% of the time on the left side. That's where they like him at. So Quinyon had to have that matchup. He had to have that matchup. And Darius Slay, he locked down whoever was in front of him. Simple as that. I don't see why we trying to move the goalposts here. 77% of the time. Thank you, K. Ordick. Thank you. I said over 70, but you know, I was guesstimating. Scary Terry lines up on the left side 77% of the time. Hence why Quinyon Mitchell had the hardest responsibility of the night. And Darius Slay, all he had to do was just do what he do his job. And he did it. Quinyon Mitchell had him in the clamps. Yo, how many times has Scary Terry took us to the woodshed? Let's be honest about that. How many times in the past has Scary Terry got the best of Slay? How many times has Scary Terry took us to the woodshed? Quinyon Mitchell, all it took was one game, and Quinyon Mitchell had him figured out. It took one game, and he had him figured out. That's all. One game. This defense is real. They can't tell me this defense ain't real. They can't. Big Chris says that Hurts first down stretch showed Hurts' heart. Absolutely. And guess what, Big Chris? This is what I mean, though. When I give Jalen Hurts, this is why I give Jalen Hurts the flowers that I do. Because even though he's not a perfect quarterback, he's not the most talented quarterback. He's not, Big Chris. He's not. But he is one of the best winners in the NFL. He is arguably, there's only one quarterback that has more wins than him since Jalen got in the league. There's only one quarterback in the league that has more wins than Jalen Hurts since Jalen Hurts got here, and it's Patrick Mahomes. That's it. There's no quarterback in the league that has more wins than Jalen Hurts besides Patrick Mahomes. There's none. But they get mad because they can't measure it. They can't quantify it. They can't put a number on it. You cannot measure heart. You cannot measure desire. You cannot measure passion. You can't measure commitment. You can't measure resilience. You can't measure a dog. You can't. You can't measure dogs. You can't. This is why they hate him. Because they can't measure it. They can't put a number on it. But you know what number they could pay attention to? You know what number they could pay attention to? Hold on. Since they want to act crazy, you know what number they could pay attention to? 41-19. How about that? 41-19. How about that? How about they measure that? 41-19 career record. Measure that. Put that on your scout report. Put that in your draft evaluation. Put that in your combine notes. Put that on paper. Get your calculators out for that. You can't measure a winner because all they do is win. You can't put a exponent on it. You can't put a number on it. There's no calculator you can find. He finds ways to win, and he makes the plays he has to make. Come on, man. Come on. Denk said Nick Sirianni's 42-19 and 41-17 with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is 41-19 as a starter. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying with Jalen Hurts because, you know, some of those wins came with Doug Peterson. I think like two of those wins came with Doug, right? Like two of them wins came with Doug. Shout out to the super chat, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let's see here. Ellen Small with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. She says, I missed my Blankenship doing his hip shaking dance. Yo, Blankenship is something else, man. Blankenship is something else. Something else. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Hey, listen, we got over 200 people in the live stream. Over 200 people. And we got 114 likes. Let's get to 200 likes, y'all. Let's do it. Let's get to 200 likes. Let's do it. We need 200 likes before the night is over. We need 200. So smash that like button. Give me a thumbs up. Let's get to 200 likes, y'all. Let's see if we can do that tonight. Thank you for the super chat, Ellen. And thank you for the super chat, Fresh. Thank you. Thank you so much. Spam that like button like my man Fresh said. And I apologize if there's a connectivity issue or if it's lagging a little bit. I apologize for that if that's the case. But yo, this is what championship teams do. They find ways to win. No matter what. Hey, listen, offense starting off a little slow. Hey, don't worry. Defense got you. Defense got you. Shout out to the defense. And that's why Jalen Hurts has been given so much credit to his defense, because he knows that his defense was so important for him. Morgan Holmes with the $2 super. Thank you so much. He says, can we all agree Jalen Carter is him, the baby rhino? Yo, facts. He is a rhino. Man, forget the baby rhino. That man is a rhino. He is a rhino. They couldn't do nothing with him. Jalen Carter was abusing them. Nolan Smith got a sack. Let's make sure we got this right. Brandon Graham got a sack. Josh Sweat got a sack. Nolan Smith got a sack. The edge rushers got a sack. Yo, BG was playing out of his mind. BG had 4 total tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, and a quarterback hit. Come on, man. Nolan Smith, 3 tackles, 2 solo, 1 sack, 1 TFL, 1 quarterback hit. Josh Sweat, 3 total tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 1 TFL, a quarterback hit. Come on, man. Come on, yo. Zach Baum, 15 tackles. Yo, y'all got to see this. Y'all got to see this, yo. This is insane. Y'all got to see this. Y'all got to see this. Look at these numbers, yo. Zach Baum, 15 total tackles, 9 solo, 1 TFL, a pass deflection. Nakobe Dean, 10 total tackles, 8 solo. Nakobe Dean had 8 solo tackles. 8. Yo, this is the best linebacker room we've had in years. This linebacker room, dare I say, this linebacker room is better than the TJ Edwards, Kaiser White room. There's no comparison. It's no comparison. It's no comparison. This linebacker room is way better than the TJ Edwards, Kaiser White room. Way better. It's no comp. Thank you for the super chat, Morgan. Aloha, DC. What's going on? He says, people pissing me off with all the Hurts hate. Bro, they're going to keep hating. Hurts completed 64% of his passes. Did he leave some money on the table? Absolutely. Did he leave money on the table? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, he completed 64% of his passes. He went 18 for 28. He threw for 221 yards. He was steady. He made the key throws in the second half. And we punched it in with the running game. Jalen Hurts completed 64% of his passes, 220 passing yards, and he had a running touchdown. I'm not paying people no mind for the Jalen's hate. There's going to be some games where you just got to be steady. It's going to be like that sometimes. Washington had a beautiful game plan. They didn't let us beat them deep. So I'm not mad at Jalen Hurts. What's up? In hindsight, I'm not mad at him. In the moment, you're like, yo, come on, brother, you got to make them throws. But in hindsight, I'm not mad. He completed 64% of his passes, no turnovers, and a touchdown. Some games going to be like that. This is the NFL. Thank you for the super chat, Aloha. Chaotic Green. And shout out to Aloha DC, man. He holding it down in Hawaii. That's so fly to me. Chaotic Green with the $5 super chat. He says Terry and Dotson got the same number of targets and catches. Yo, that's crazy, right? That is crazy. Sorry if the Wi-Fi is acting a little wonky, you guys. Oh, let me see here. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. Chaotic, you so right, though. We had Scary Terry in the dungeon. Food 215. He says, I think that New York football for being done. Bro, the Giants are idiots. They're idiots. Yo, did you know if the Giants, if they would have never re-signed Daniel Jones, they could have drafted CJ Stroud. They could have drafted Jayden Daniels, Drake May, Caleb. Like, they had so many opportunities, and they decided to re-sign Daniel Jones and let Saquon walk. The Giants are idiots. The Giants could have turned their offense around in one offseason if they just would have been patient. If they would have been patient. The Giants are idiots. They're idiots. Thank you for the super chat, fool. Let's see here. Green Wingman says, looks like Terry became the latest inmate in Guantanamo Bay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I'm watching that. I'm watching that. I got Tyson. I'm watching that. I got Mike Tyson. I got Mike Tyson. My dad says, yes, there's there's games like this. He does his job and he's grooming the rookies, give him his props. Absolutely. Gotta give him his props. Gotta give him his props. I'm taking Yo, Big Chris said Tyson 58, son. I'm taking him. I'm taking him. I'm taking the Brownsville bully. He did. He did slap him. He slapped the shit out of him at the weigh-in. He slapped the hell out of him at the weigh-in. But yeah, back to these stats, y'all. So let me see something. Like I said, Reed Blankenship had 10 tackles, 4 solo, 1 pass deflection. Jalen Carter, 7 tackles, 4 solo, 1 TFL. Cooper DeJean, 5 total tackles, 2 solo. Brandon Graham, 4 tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 2 TFLs. CJ Gardner Johnson, 3 tackles, 2 solo, 1 pass deflection. Jordan Davis, 3 tackles, 1 solo. Darius Slay, 2 tackles, 2 solo, 1 TFL. Bryce Huff, 1 solo tackle, a tackle for loss. Yo, so many of our guys has tackle for loss. We were living in their backfield. We were living in their backfield. Living in it. Living in the backfield. Everybody had a tackle for loss. Everybody. Man, that game felt like a playoff game, low key. Yo, Chris. Yo, I can't unsee that, yo. When I don't know who posted that, but I can't unsee it. Zach Ball looks like Nappa from Dragon Ball Z. If you know Dragon Ball Z, Zach Ball looks just like Nappa. Zach Ball looks like Nappa, yo. It's crazy. Tell me if y'all agree. If you know the reference, he looked like Nappa, man. Oh my God. Yo, let me see if I can find it, yo. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my God, let me see if I can find it. I gotta find it, yo. He do look like Nappa. Yo, I think my man Pro Fan Talk had it up. Let me see. I think he posted it. Let me see. Here it is. Yep, my man Pro Fan Talk funny as hell, bro. Funny as hell for this. He out of pocket for this. Yo. Yo, he look like Nappa, bro. I'm losing it, yo. I'm losing it right now. Oh my God. I'm losing it right now. He look like Nappa, yo. Oh my God. Yo. That is Nappa Bond is hilarious. Y'all crazy, man. Oh man. This is funny. He looked just like Nappa. That is funny, bro. All he needs is a handlebar mustache. Oh man. And also, you guys, we got to give credit too. that Washington defense did a good job in the first half on some of the wide receivers. They did a decent job. I'm not going to front. They did a decent job in the first half. That's hilarious, yo. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. What time is it? Damn, it's late. It's late as hell. And we still got 100 and... Yo, y'all some demons. That was a hell of a game, man. Now I can watch Sunday football in peace. And Devontae said, who's Freezer? Bro, I don't know. I don't know, man. I have no idea who Freezer is. That's funny, though. Daniel San says, our first half, he missed a lot. He did. He missed some throws in the first half. Like, I'm not denying that at all. He missed some throws in the first half. He missed some throws in the first half. I have no problem admitting that. I talked about that earlier. Jalen Hurts missed some throws in the first half. He also had a concussion. So, but regardless, he overcame it. So shout out to bro. Shout out to bro, man. Candy McDaniel says every win won't be pretty. That's why there are other players on the team not named Jalen Hurts. Exactly. It's a 52-man roster. Everybody got to pull their weight. You know, when one guy not having his best game, other guys got to help him and do their job. It's a football game. I don't know why some people want to talk about football with a basketball mindset. Like, he missed some guys in the first half. You know, we were kind of disjointed a little bit, but he settled down. And I think he had a concussion. I really do. I think he had a concussion. Chaotic says, I hope this ain't a problem with Jake, man. You know what's funny? I got a strong feeling Jake is going to hit it hard in practice this week or next week. I have a strong feeling Jake is going to hit it hard. First and foremost, he needs to flush this game. If I'm Jake Elliott, he needs to flush this game. And I know Jake is going to be in the lab this week. He's not going to have another game like this. I can guarantee that. Jake Elliott, there's not going to be another game when Jake Elliott misses 3 field goals or 2 field goals in an extra point. There's not going to be another game. I think Jake Elliott is going to be fine in the long term. Chaotic says, I don't want it to turn into a Justin Tucker situation. Tucker lost it a bit. Well, here's the thing. Justin Tucker's been in the league for a long time compared to Jake Elliott, if I'm not mistaken. But you got to make your field goals, dog. 7 points. 7 points that we should have had if he does his job. 7 points. So Jake Elliott, he bothered me tonight. He did. Dank Bergang says this was honestly Jake's worst game he ever had. Exactly. He's not going to play worse than this. Jake Elliott is not going to kick worse than this. He's never going to be this bad again. Daniel San said, yeah, for real, like Jake missing a 44 and a 50. Yo, facts. First of all, Jake hasn't been good from 50 yards plus this year, for one. And for two, you're right, Daniel San, a 44-yarder and then missed a chip shot field goal? You feel me? Like, you're Daniel. Like, I'm like, huh? That can't happen. It can't happen. We should have beat this team 33-18. 33-18. If he makes his field goals. 33-18. Can't do that, man. Can't do that. Chris says Nick did the right thing and we missed the kicks. Facts. I'm glad you said that, Chris. Sometimes you could do the right thing and you still don't get the outcome. I feel like Nick Sirianni handled this game beautifully. He knew when to kick the field goal. He took the extra points. He trusted his defense and his team to get the stops and put up points. Nick Sirianni, like, I got to give so much credit to Nick. He was so disciplined in this game. He was so disciplined. There were moments where the Eagles were at 4th and short or 4th and medium, and he still said, you know what? Let's punt it. Let's punt it, or let's kick the field goal. There were so many situations where Nick could have panicked, or he could have been aggressive trying to generate some offense. He could have tried. There were so many moments where Nick could have tried to be aggressive and go for it on 4th down. He said, we're going to take the points, we're going to play the game, and then we're going to feel this thing out. We're going to feel this thing out. When Dan Quinn decided to go for it on 4th and 1, I understand why he did it, but Dan Quinn had a chance to take a 1-point lead. Remember, there was a point in the game where the Eagles were leading 12-10. Dan Quinn and that team were driving. We got to stop. It was 4th and 1. He could have kicked the field goal and took a 1-point lead. Instead, he got aggressive, decided to go for it, and Reed Blankenship and Zach Bond stepped up big time. Private McClunky says, Tone, we one drop pass from 9-1. Yeah, I don't want to like talking about it, man. I don't want to like talking about it. Yeah, I get it. We're one drop pass from 9-1, but I don't want to talk about that, man. It is what it is. It is what it is, McClunky. It is what it is. Chris says, once Dan went for it on 4th down, he lost. I agree. Now, granted, watching the game, I was nervous, regardless, because I knew we still had to go score and, create some distance. But overall, when Dan Quinn did that, I knew it would come back to bite him. I knew it would. Come back to bite him. Now, granted, there's no guarantee, even if he kicks the field goal, there's no guarantee that his defense gets to stop. But at the end of the day, you kick the field goal, you take the lead, you got momentum. Now your defense is able to play with a lead. But instead, you go for it on 4th down, and now you give all the momentum back to that Eagles team. He gave them all the momentum back. Big Chris says Smitty got to win on his birthday. Facts, man. Facts. Daniels, I don't want to get angry. I'm not going to entertain that. I don't want to get angry. Candy McDaniel says, what's up with all these woulda, coulda, shouldas? Good grief. Yo, tell me about it. I don't want to get angry. So I'm not. My dad says Eagles defense is one of the fastest young developed defenses I've ever seen. Facts. Yo, they're so disciplined. They're so technically sound. They truly understand their responsibilities on defense. They're athletic. They're fast. They can tackle. You feel what I'm saying? They can cover. Like they can cover. Our linebackers can cover. Our slot corner can cover. Our rookies are insanely good. We have an amazing blend of youth, veterans, talent, athleticism, football IQ. Spectacular. And guess what? This defensive line is only going to get better. You see, normally when it comes to the Eagles, we're really strong on the line and we're really weak in the linebackers and we're okay with the DBs. But now we're really strong with the DBs. We're really strong at linebacker. And now I'm willing to say we're really strong at D-line. Our defense is complete. Complete. And that's why you don't make a move at the deadline. That's why you don't panic and trade for somebody at the deadline. That's what you do. Candy McDaniel says we're in the driver's seat in the division. We have an elite defense and number 2 in the NFC. Let's enjoy this. Plenty of time this week to break down everything. Absolutely. Listen, we got so much time to break stuff down, and you guys, trust me, we will. We got so much time. But on that note, I'm going to get out of here. I am exhausted. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I am exhausted. Yesterday, we had 3 live streams. Today, Simone and I and LB popped in for a little bit. But today, Simone and I did a watch party for the game. You know, we live streamed the entire game. And then I'm back again with a live stream with you guys. The grind don't stop. The grind does not stop. And I am so grateful that I have a community like you guys to support me, continue to invest in the show, to lock in the way you guys have been. I mean, I love all of you guys. I even love Daniel San. Oh man. I even love Daniel San. I even got love for Daniel San. Daniel San, you're not talking facts. You talking hypotheticals. But I still got love for you. Nonetheless. You're not talking truth, bro. You're talking hypotheticals. Yo, I will not get over Missy Elliott. I will not get over that. Y'all. Y'all funny as hell for that. Anyway, I'm out of here, y'all. Thank y'all so much for showing so much love the way you got. I got so much love for y'all. Like, seriously, like I'm over the moon thinking about what we're building here. I'm over the moon. He said whatever I got to say. Okay. Whatever I got to say. Anyway, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the gang. Shout out to Chalk It Up Mafia. Means a lot to me. Goes a long way. Smash that like button. And by the way, smash that like button. I've been your humble host, your most gracious host, Tone DeShields II. And you guys have been locked in on a victory edition, a Philadelphia Eagles edition of Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game.